Good morning and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. In today's video, once again, I have no idea. I don't have a plan, but that's okay. We're gonna go with it. So I got the other book that I was waiting for. It finally came yesterday. And I was so excited, I was so excited to get it, but now I'm not. Because I don't think that this is gonna work like I thought it was going to, and the reason for that is that these are like really thick pages, and it has some cool features, like, you know, this flips up, and so it has some really neat features, but these pages are crazy thick. Let me see if I can. So they're like double thickness, and so I'm just not sure how I can utilize this. It's almost like look at her. I love this. I had seen this in the picture. It's like this fold out map. Like, how cool is that? But I don't know how I can use this book. So any suggestions are super welcome. I was thinking that I still think I'm going to use this as our cover. I'm thinking, because I do like the pink fairies on the inside. But that's going to give us some pretty wide pages. Big pages, wide pages. So that's like 10 1/4 by like 7 3/4-ish. So we could do like 7 1/2 by like 10 pages, which I can do if I'm hinging pages and stuff. But it will allow me to use bigger book pages that I have that I haven't been able to use. So my other thought was, if I disassemble this book and try to get these pages apart, then I might be able to just cut and use pieces of this. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty shiny. And then I'm like, well, do I just resell this? I don't know, because I would feel bad taking this apart. It's a really neat book, but it's just not what I was anticipating. So enough about that. That's just kind of where I am with it. So tell me your thoughts. Should I pass it along to somebody else who might really enjoy it, or should I disassemble it? I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, it is a really neat book. It is a really neat book. It's just not what I had anticipated it being, which I have now said like probably 50 times. So moving on. Okay, so in moving on, if we use this, what I was thinking is, I don't like this color and it's kind of dirty. So I'm gonna have to clean it, and I'm probably gonna paint the outside. So I may just like washi tape or painter's tape the inside of this and hope for the best, and paint the outside, because I really don't like the outside. Except for this, like if I could somehow preserve that maybe, and maybe like put a plate around it, we'll see. So that's what I'm thinking on the cover. I've been thinking about this since yesterday. I was like stalking the mailbox yesterday. Let me get something to work on and then we'll chat. I have taken a couple of atlas pages and just folded them in half and tore them. And just folded them. We might make little pockets. Might make tucks, might make just like a little trifold thingy that flips out. I don't know. I just picked a couple pages that I like the colors of. And like this little Song of the Lords and Ladies fairy, his colors, I think, lend itself really well to this page with the oranges and the yellows. And so I think what I'm going to do is actually just trim off this edge and seal it. And then we'll collage on the front of this with him. I'm thinking possibly. And then, I don't know. Or I did think about putting him on the little flap there. So we'll see. So that's kind of what I was doing. So I just picked some pages that I really like the colors, and I liked these where it was stitched in. And so I do try to keep those. I was thinking I might be able to like weave some ribbon through there or something on one of them if I kept it open. So yeah, I haven't really decided yet, but that's kind of where I'm at. So just a book page, like, I don't know. I think this is the top of this one. It's not, but you'll get the gist of it size-wise. I mean, they're pretty good sized pages. I actually have really tall atlas pages upstairs. These are just over 11 inches. Some bigger, taller atlas pages upstairs that I was thinking about pulling for some color and have bigger pages that we can use in the journal, because I can gesso them and knock back the designs themselves. But I just really like the colors of these to go with this little guy. So I'm going to get him kind of torn out and decide which one I'm going to use and what I'm going to use to build it, and then I'll be back. Composition wise, I'm just trying to play with this. This is a piece of parchment that's out of my spray box, so I'm gonna have to replace that. But I like the green because the green kind of matches his little tights. And so I thought I'd put a little piece of music paper there, kind of have him poking out here where this parchment is, almost like the grassland, okay? And then, so I'll get that glued down, but I'm thinking I still want something on here. I mean, we still need something, but we'll get that figured out. So what I want to do, though, is I'm just going to ink around him a little bit. I had told myself I was not going to ink everything when I did this, but I just really think that the stark white of these book pages really need it, and I wasn't really trying to fussy cut the fairies to such an extent that, you know, you didn't... I don't know. Maybe I should take just a little more off, but I didn't want to have all the clean edges. I really kind of want this to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness. It's not even a tactile thing, but I like the rough edges and I like how it takes the ink. And so this journal is really just to make myself happy, because I've been wanting to do the fairy journal for quite a while. And I mean, I almost got his little wings. I have a couple more fairy books that I can pull from. I can't really flip through those images. Some of them, the fairies are topless, and I love the imagery in the books. So I will be pulling from those as well. But that was something too that I have not taken those books apart, because I really wanted to determine, ooh, you know what might be pretty on that? It's just a little bit of, no, I'm just going to glue it. Anyway, I am going to pull some images out of the books, but I didn't want to gut the books until I determined if I would use them in this or not, because honestly, I really like the images and thought I may just keep them whole because the artistry is beautiful. And they're Amy Brown images, so you can Google that if you want to. I'll tell you the name. I'll show you the covers of the books. But again, I won't do probably, not all of the fairies are topless. I shouldn't say that. Some of them are. That absolutely does not bother me, but it may bother other people. And so I don't want to put something on my channel that, you know, may offend. And it is a fairy journal, so I want to make sure the content is, you know, appropriate. But those images kind of lend themselves to kind of a darker, definitely more woodland feel, where this one I feel is a little bit, I know, as I say this, as I'm grunging up the images or inking up the images with brown. But anyway, I just think that lends itself to a more real woodsy, darker kind of journal. And so I don't know yet how I may or may not use the images, but let me get this glued down and then I'll grab them and show you. And this, I kind of want that big splatter there. So what I think I'm going to do is just go right along the bottom here with my glue stick. Sorry if I'm mumbling. I don't mean to be mumbling. My son just got his upper braces off yesterday, finally. Still has his lowers on for a couple more weeks, but anyway, poor kid. His mouth hurts. He's got to wear the retainer. He has a terrible, terrible gag reflex. And so he's really having a hard time with the retainer. And I'm like, just keep your mouth open, breathe, you know, just breathe, hum, keep your mouth open. Don't try to close your mouth, you know, because it feels so big and bulky. And he's got the worst gag reflex ever. And, but anyway, his teeth look amazing. Like, I cannot even believe the difference. I mean, it's been well worth it. He's been in the braces for quite a while now. Quite a while. But he had a lot of things that needed to be worked on and corrected and fixed. And we still need something here. This is too stark for me. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. But let me grab these books real quick. Here. Here's the first one. So it's The Art of Amy Brown. That one. And then this is The Art of Amy Brown too. And this one is a lot darker. The imagery is a lot darker than this one, but let's see. Like, look how cute she is. Isn't she sweet? I just love her. Autumn Daydream. And then, let's see. Just trying to, oh, I like her too. I really like her a lot. So, I mean, the images are just really, really neat. But they're really big, too, which I was not anticipating the books being so big. Like, really, really big. Ooh, what if we just... wonder if that will show if we just kind of decoupage that napkin on there. I don't want to cover this, though. We need something here. We need some... You know what I need to do is I need to find some mushroom printables or something. I think that would really lend itself to this. I have the one that was a misprint, but I don't have any more actually printed, so I need to print some more of those and then go from there. So we need words or maybe something on here. Definitely not a flower. Maybe some trim. Maybe. Ooh, this butterfly might work, just to add a little something there. I like it. Okay, what do we have in our little scrap bin? My scraps are getting to be slim pickings here because I did do a little bit of a belly band like snippet, but now that I think I might use the bigger book pages. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Bigger book pages. Oh my goodness. I don't think that it will work, and but it's the first time I've made one that I'm like, oh, look what I did. Yay. Let me pat myself on the back here. Anyway, I'm just being silly. I have so much to do today, but I really wanted to work on this and do another. That's too bulky. Get another. Oh, now wait a minute. That could just be cute on there. What about just a couple of those? Then you could still see the... No, too big. Anyway, okay, let me figure out what I'm going to use. I think I should set a timer for how long it actually takes me to make a decision on some of these things. I mean, seriously, I'm 35 minutes into an episode of a murder show, and I have fiddled and fiddled and fiddled and fiddled and fiddled and fiddled with muslin, butterfly, fussy cut some trim, fussy cut a leaf out of a dress, dug out some more trim, got my browns, my oranges, my yellows, and I'm like, oh my goodness. It's okay. That's what I'm going with. So I pulled out a children's dictionary and pulled out the F because the F is in the yellows, and then I just fussy cut the small definition of fairy. I'm sure this definition is going to appear in other places from other dictionaries, different fonts, different definitions, just some different. How many times can I say different? Because I have a love of dictionaries and I have a bunch. So I think it would be kind of fun to use some of the different dictionary definitions throughout the journal. So there's that. Also, what I was thinking is this will just be some simplicity here, okay? Just to kind of, I just don't like how that looks, and so I'm just going to do just a little bit of that. It'll be very simple. It's going to be very flat. It's not going to have a lot of dimension because I think maybe once it goes in the journal, we may be able to put something behind it. I still was debating on putting this along here because I kind of like it. I hadn't tried it actually with the F and the definition. So I think I might do that because it just gives it a little bit of texture. And then I do love that leaf. We're going to use that somewhere, but I just couldn't make it work on this particular piece, and that's okay. That is just okie dokie. All right, so I'm going to get this glued down and determine what piece we're going to work on next and try to prep pieces so that I'm not struggling so much. I don't know where we're at time-wise on this video. I don't think I'm very far into it because I certainly not filmed as much as I have been fussing with this. Oh, you know, just some bling along this might be nice too. Yeah, I certainly have been fussing with it a heck of a lot more than what I have been filming. So there is that. I kind of like it. I don't know. I like this, so I'm like trying to think, do I really want to cover that? And maybe we'll just wait and we'll set this aside, and when it actually goes on a page somewhere, then we can add to it. And that's always an option. The piece doesn't have to be complete when you set it aside because you can always come back to it. But I like him. I think he's kind of cute. And I like the yellows and the greens, and it's just a nice bright piece. So we'll set that aside. We still need to have a card or something that go, oh, we're not setting it aside yet. We need to put the song of the fairy in it. Yes, we do. So let me get my card stock and prepare for this piece because we need something that's got to go in that pocket so the poem stays with the fairy itself. Silly? Okay. Seriously, I'm going to start setting a timer. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's where we're at. I just tore, I've got to go print some stuff. I don't have enough of like the mushroom type stuff. So hopefully I can find some graphics that I can print and either cut some die cuts on my Cricut or just a sheet that I can fussy cut. But anyway, so I put the song on there. I did just a little bit of stamping with a Tim Holtz field notes set, or whichever set that is. What's it called? Put it away knowing I was going to have to tell you guys what it is, and I am not sure, but anyway, it's this one. So I just did, you know, the little script, a little bit of script on there, the number label here. I did it across there, but it didn't really show up, but it still added some dimension to the background, so I really like that. And then so anyway, I'm going to stitch around this, but it's really wet because I use glue stick and it's a few layers. I did some sheet music on top of just my Reader's Digest glue book here. I just used a piece of the book page as a base. There's some music paper, another piece of the parchment paper from my spray box, and then the song, and like I said, that fussy mushroom, and then I backed it with some coffee dyed paper. So it's really soft. As it dries, it will harden, and then I will stitch around it, and I will probably put like I'll put a pull on it of some sort, so that way it has something that just kind of pokes out of the top there, right there on the page. And then, like I said, I'll finish this once we get it on a page or add something to it. So I think that's going to be it for this video. I do have to go real life for a little while, and it'll take a little while to get this uploaded. And again, I need to look for some images. So hopefully in the next video, I will have some images that we can pull from and use so that I'm not struggling so bad. And I don't normally work with mushrooms, so I don't know what's going on with me. But I just felt like with the earthy tones of this, it really needed something on there. And I looked through my like flowers and stuff, and nothing was quite right. And I didn't want to do a bird on that page. I do think I'll end up with some birds in this journal. But I need to look for some like dragonflies and some mushrooms. And yeah. Stop saying I'm sorry. So I'm gonna wait that under a book, I think, maybe for a little while, and I don't know, or maybe I'll just let it dry. Then I'll stitch around it because I do have dark thread. Ooh, do I like that butterfly on there? I'm not going to put it on there, but tell me what you think about the butterfly, if I should put the butterfly on there, because all the colors are there. Anyway, yeah, so that's it for this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.